Good evening. My name is George Wallington. Tonight we'll be going over something that's near and dear to my heart. But also I think it has a more profound history of it than I actually knew. This weapon system was named after a person supposedly killing a bear with nothing but himself and a knife. This weapon system was called Kill-A-Bear, or got later called the Ka-Bar knife. The Ka-Bar knife is a weapon system that is still used today. It's been in conflicts, World War II, the Korean conflict, Vietnam War, Iraq One, this weapon system. It's been in Afghanistan. It's been in Iraq the second time. OIF, OEF. I've had to use it. And it's something that no service member today would go without. So let's talk a little bit about the history. It was originally attempted to get sold to the Army during World War I to replace the Mark I trench knife, but the cost is too high and the Army didn't want to purchase at the time. So World War II kicked off, and a lot of people didn't like the existing weapon system that they had. Congress finally gave the military a good enough budget where they started doing massive purchases of the M1911, which is a 45mm pistol. They also were in the process of purchasing large quantities of the M1 Garand carbine weapon. And the other thing that they were still purchasing at the time was a outdated, not very reliable knife. As you know, that in World War II, the Army went back over to Europe, and the Marine Corps was doing the Pacific. And during the first early stages of World War II, the Army Mark I knife was not holding up. It was too cold, it was too brittle, and it was just breaking again. The first Marines over in World War II in the Pacific, the weapon system was just rusting. So they needed a better weapon system that would A, handle the cold, B, not rust, and C, was reliable and can get mass produced. So there was a couple people out there who are very advocating for this new weapon system. One of the guys was from 1st Marine Division, 2nd Battalion, Raiders, by a Lieutenant Colonel Carlson, who's the squadron commander, the battalion commander. And the majority of his command staff all had these knives. Once the command staff was selling it to their enlisted Marines under Raider Battalion, they all purchased it because they knew that their current weapon system was just not up to par. This word got backed up to Headquarters Marine Corps and also Headquarters Army, and they started doing a massive purchase of this. But in 2 years they had purchased over 250,000 of these combat knives for standard use, which is very, very amazing. That's a lot of weapon systems, and at the time a small company. So after World War II had completed, it was battle tested and proven and very, very reliable. It's been in countless amount of conflicts, countless amount of situations where you needed a sturdy, reliable, lightweight, and strong knife. The other thing that what's kind of amazing, in the 1990s, they quietly celebrated their 100th year anniversary for their birthday, and it's still sticking strong. The newer ones, instead of the brown leather, it's all black. It's got a little bit more anti-slipness in it, but relatively it's the same size, same dimensions, and it's reliable. So I just want to say, hopefully you learned something a little bit about tonight that you probably weren't expecting. But thank you, and have a nice night.